We're going to get started with the wealth hypnosis session here in a minute. And I want to make sure that you're all safe. And what that means is please don't be driving a car or flying an airplane or doing anything that requires your attention, either physically or mentally or emotionally, while we're doing this session. It is ideal if you're at home and if you're in your car, pull over. If you have earbuds or headphones, pop them on. You'll probably be able to get a little bit more relaxed. Most of you have experienced hypnosis before, so shouldn't be too much of a problem. Hypnosis is the state between being awake and asleep. It's a very natural state. You go in and out of it multiple times every single day, and you have been literally since before you were born. Hypnosis is a slowing down of brainwave activity, moving into the alpha theta state, which is in between being awake and asleep. It's kind of like the dream state. And you may be aware of every word that I say during the hypnosis session. You may find that you get so relaxed that you drift off for bits of it or get lost in your own thoughts, whether you're lost in your thoughts of the day or whether you're thinking about challenges or difficulties you might have or something else that's on your mind. When we go into hypnosis, especially if you don't use hypnosis on a regular basis, it is pretty common for thoughts to bubble to the surface that you haven't addressed or haven't dealt with. So that's perfectly fine. How do you know when people get hypnotized, after people are hypnotized, two of the most common questions or responses are, I heard every word that you said. I don't know if I was hypnotized, or I totally fell asleep and I don't know if I didn't hear anything you said. I don't know if I was hypnotized. And the answer is you were still hypnotized. At the end of the hypnosis session, when you come back to wide awake alert awareness, suddenly at the end, when we do the callback, you'll be like, oh, now I'm aware and awake again. That's cool. Hypnosis literally is the state between being awake and asleep. It's like the snooze button state. That state where you hit the snooze button and you're still in kind of that floaty, warm, comfortable limbo state. Very relaxing, very dreamy. Sometimes time and space get all stretchy and weird. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. And if you haven't been hypnotized by me before, or if you don't have any experience with hypnosis before, you might find that you pay really close attention to everything that's said. Or if you are practiced in meditation, hypnosis, self-hypnosis, and going into these relaxed states, you might find that you just slip right into it easily and you totally go into the zone. Or if you're naturally more prone to go deeply into hypnosis, that can happen too. You're going to be closing your eyes, and so that's why I don't want you to be driving. And if you have anyone in your household that might bother you in the next half hour or so, I would encourage them to just tell them that you're on a webinar where you're going to be doing a hypnosis session or a meditation session, and to leave you alone for the next 45 minutes or so, so you can focus. Right? If you haven't already, I would encourage you to run to the bathroom real fast. We're going to get started in just a couple of minutes. And if you have any questions before we begin the wealth hypnosis session, then I would like you ask that question right now. The other thing that I would like is if you have some experience with hypnosis and if there are any very specific requests that you have that you would like to be hypnotized for as it relates to wealth, money, and success today, then please type your specific request into the chat, and I will do my absolute best to cook in suggestions into today's session that are just for you, if I possibly can. There's never been a time where I can't, but like if you ask for something that's rude or uncool or weird or whatever, obviously I won't do that. But all of the suggestions that I create during the hypnosis session are completely custom for today's workshop, number one. And number two, I'm going to do suggestions that would be for the good of all, right? For good for everyone that wants to improve their money mindset. The three main areas of focus that we have right now are your abundance mindset, really activating and increasing your ability to start looking, seeing, feeling, experiencing the world through an abundance lens where there's more than enough. There's more than enough for you, and there's more than enough for everyone else. You no longer have to keep yourself constrained. We're going to shift you into an abundance mindset.